Good morning, everybody. Today is day 7 in our packet work, and our work is a little bit different today. It's some stuff that we might not have done in the class together, so I wanted to take a little bit of time to go over some of those things with you so that way you know what you're doing with your work today. So the first part of your day is going to be doing something with short stories, where you're reading a story. It's going to be a folk tale or a fable, and you're going to have to figure out what the theme of the story is, or what the lesson of the story is. So each of these stories has an idea or a theme. It's almost like a main idea that's teaching you something. Okay, so let's think about the story that we did yesterday, The Ugly Duckling, right? If we think about what the theme of that story is, we may be thinking about that it was that the ugly duckling didn't really feel good about himself, right? He didn't accept himself, or he wanted to be accepted by other people. He didn't have a lot of self-esteem or confidence. So you could say something like, the theme of The Ugly Duckling was that the duck didn't have self-esteem yet. He wasn't proud of himself yet. And then in the work that you're doing today, it's going to ask you, well, what does that mean, that theme? So you could say something like, it means that he didn't feel good about himself, he didn't feel like he fit in, he thought the other ducks didn't want to be friends with him. All of those would be good ways that that theme has a meaning, what it means to you. So it's just you sort of explaining what that theme is. Then it's going to ask you, like all of the work that we do, to give evidence. Okay, so you're going to have to look and see, well, what evidence makes me think this is the theme? So if I'm thinking about The Ugly Duckling, and I'm going to go back to my text, right? Because we always go back to the text. On the work you're doing today, the text and the space to write are all on the same page, so it's going to be really easy for you to look back for those examples. I might say something like, the duck first said, at the beginning, in the first paragraph, it says, the young duckling was unhappy. He decided to run away. So that would show me that he doesn't feel good about himself, right? I could prove that if I'm saying that's my idea, the theme. Then I might say something like, it says that he went to live in the wild where no one paid attention to him and he was alone, right? Another way that would show me maybe he wasn't really feeling good about himself. He felt like he didn't fit in. And then I could talk about, he wished he would be one of those beautiful white birds. So he didn't think he was good enough to be friends with them, right? So those would all be different ways that I would talk about the theme and say that these are the parts of the story that make me think the idea is that the ugly duckling doesn't fit in with the other ducks, or that he doesn't feel good about himself, okay? So you're going to come up with the theme for the two stories that are there. You have one that's called The Fox and the Stork, and then you have one that's called The Lion and the Mouse. Okay, at the bottom of both of these it says, how could you use this meaning in your own life? So what that means is, what does this story teach you? So you could say, this shows me that you have to feel good about yourself to make friends, or this shows me why it's important to be kind to somebody. Whatever you learn that you think you could use in your life is what you're going to write for that part. Okay, next you have some work on putting in pronouns that are the right ones. Okay, that's I, they. Remember, a pronoun is a word that stands for a person in a sentence, okay? So we use different ones at different times. So this is almost like grammar police, right? Sometimes I use the wrong one. You're going to have to go and put the right one into the sentence. Another thing that's like our morning meeting, right? We have a sentence scrambler today. So it looks a little bit different because instead of having the words all in different places like we do in our morning meeting, they're actually written on stacks of books. Okay, all the words that you need for the sentence are here. You're going to have to figure out what order they go in, and then you're going to write them on the sentence lines. Okay, each set of books will make a full sentence. Remember some of the clues that we look for in Sentence Scrambler. You're going to look for capital letters, right? That uppercase letter might tell you or give you a hint that it could be the start of a sentence. You're also in this one going to be able to look for punctuation to figure out what word might be the end of the sentence. So those are some clues for you today. In your math work, you're going to be doing a little bit of multiplication practice. Okay, nothing new for us there. And then you're going to be doing a look at a picture chart. We did a lot of this work at the beginning of the year. Remember, you have to look at the key at the bottom to figure out what each of these bikes mean, okay? And then you're going to answer the questions about it. At the very back today, you have some science work. The science work is going to be talking about fossils, Okay, we're diving back into that fossils work again today. One of the things that you're going to discover in the fossils work is that one of them asks you to put fossils in order. Okay, right here. It says cut out the fossils on the page before and put them in order. If you don't have scissors or glue, that's okay. You don't have to cut these out and put them here. You can either draw your own picture if you want, or on this page, you can just put numbers next to the one that you think comes first. So you'll put a 1 next to the one you think comes first, a 2 next to the one that you think comes next, until you have all 4 of them labeled, okay? So if you don't have scissors or glue, no big deal. You can still do the work, okay? And then at the end of your packet work today, you're gonna be switching over to your specials packet, and we are doing our art special work today. So you'll pick 2 other activities from the art packet to be able to do. If you have any questions, you know where to find me here on Dojo, or you can find me on Google Classroom. I will be around this morning for you and this afternoon if you have any questions. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.